So I've been taking forever, and out of what you call the Wharton jelly part. Now I'm going to start taking the blood part of it and taking the molecules, the GDF out of it. Very new discovery. In fact, I'm flying from here to Brazil, who are the #1 in the world, and we're doing a joint venture now with them in St. Kitts for this very thing. I have to do it in St. Kitts right now because I haven't got this place going. This was meant to be here, you know, but I haven't been able. But
so you've shifted your focus to St. Kitts for stem cell research.
I've been shifting my focus there now. All this time that we've been sort of wasting time over here, I haven't wasted time. You know, I got one reason for St. Kitts is that the top medical scientist who's head of Yale, that's where his operations are. You know, that's where he's already practicing this, and I'm in partnership with him now. Now I'm joining another partnership with some of the top people in the world there now, because that's a good environment for research and translational medicine. Translational means we're taking these stem cells now and translating them into therapy for people, right? You know, at that stage. Now, so you have to do a lot of testing for that, etc. But I got that very actively on its way. I meant to do it here, but I haven't been able to go. Now, what I do there has nothing to do with not being able to do it here. You know, in fact, we should do it in many, many places. You can't do enough. You can't do enough. This is such a huge field. You can't do enough. You can't get enough money together fast enough to finance this stuff.
And if you did it in the Bahamas, it would open the doors for medical tourism in a big way. Eh?
Oh my! See, Joe Louis is doing some of it, you know, in his Albany, but that's just a small little private club kind of thing. You know, and it's good for him, and he's doing some of it, as I heard the announcement. What we were talking about is the big facility, you know, that would be open medical tourism for many people. And what we're also talking about the issue of making the whole Bahamian nation healthier, giving them access to all these wonderful new medicines. I got people constantly, I feel so bad, constantly crying out for, can I get help around here? And it's very hard to go ahead and help them somewhere where this cannot be done in the United States. Yes, you can do it here, but we aren't ready to do it here yet, you know. And I mean, I have a compassionate side of me, and it just hurts me so much to know that I could be of assistance to some of these people if I only could have the way of getting there. And I'm like handcuffs on me. You know who would put the handcuffs on me and the Prime Minister? Bacon. This thing would be on its way if this madman wasn't on my back.
But what is the government saying about it?
Not enough. I think the Prime Minister's been very negligent in dealing with it. I don't think there would have been any other Prime Minister who would have tolerated the man that long. I mean, he is completely handicapped, and the Prime Minister, and is his worst enemy, politically behind it, and he just keeps turning the other cheek. You know, I'm very frustrated with that point. You know, that to lose all of where we could have been and should have been, to waste 2 years of all of our valuable lives, and to make these investments over here. To lose all that is really, really biggest expense of all with this procrastination about dealing with the Bacon issue by the Prime Minister is the cost to the Bahamian people, the cost of this whole project. You know, it forces me to take I have to keep going. I'm doing this for moi, right? I want to make sure that I live very, very long time and very healthy. And because I'm doing that, I'm ready to pioneer the way, you know, lead everybody else. And if it's safe for me, then I'm going to share it with you, right?
So you feel very frustrated in your not being able to fulfill your ambitions here in the Bahamas?
Oh yes, this is my home. This is my country. I joined Bahamas. I'm a Bahamian, man. I'm opening up this whole store, you know, here where everybody wants it, you know, and I open it right here because this is my home. And I'm proud of of all. No, I haven't lost that spirit, you know. I'm frustrated with the fact that an evil guy like that can influence this government so severely that he can stop all this work to be done, you know.
As we wrap up the program here right now, there are many Bahamians who sometimes wonder, why do you do what you do in the Bahamas, given the level of frustrations that you've had, given the roadblocks that have been thrown in your way, why do you continue to do what you do?
That's a good question. I'm a vicious fighter. You know, like, it's hard to beat me.
You don't like to lose.
I don't like the word at all.
You don't like
and you know, somebody goes out and tries to steal from me. Man, those are not nice things to do. It's like, you know, I'm a very giving person, but don't you try to steal from me. You know, and you know, we go through the struggles of life. All of us have the same struggle in life. We always have people who are trying to take ours. You know, and you know, I happen to have a lot, and then he haven't had a lot, so the stakes are this bigger. You know.
And you're fighting this on a principle, right?
I'm fighting on a principle, and I'm fighting as a necessity. The man is trying to ruin my life. Man likely burned down my house. You know, I mean, you know, this is a serious neighbor to neighbor type of battle. You know, and
you are not accusing.
I have a hard. No, look, I have a hard time making a straight accusation.
You can't do that.
I can't do that, and thank you for correcting that. You know, there's a lot of circumstantial stuff that's floating around over there. We're not able to prove that. But we are able to prove a lot of evil things that he's doing and trying to set up artificial cases against me and everything else that comes at me almost every day now. So the warfare that he's waging is very, very serious and very sophisticated, by the way. The guy is no fool. Mm-hmm. You know, he brags about being the Al Capone of Bahamas. You know, he does, well, we've heard him talk like that. You know, he feels that this country is eating out of his hand. You know, and that he's got him exactly where he wants him, and he just may not have this government, but he'll make sure that the next government comes in there. He will want to make sure that the next government come in there because they're eating right out of his hand. And the only way they're going to get in if they do that, you know, those are conditions. I would certainly recommend to every people of Bahamas, don't put that next government in, because this is very, very dangerous for this country.
You're campaigning.
I unfortunately, I guess I have to, because if he gets the next government in, that's the end of me. That's the end of me, because the only way the government's going to go in there is on the condition that they will do what he wants, and then he already had paid the other government to tear Naigaki down.
And that is why you continue to support this Prime Minister.
I continue to do that for necessity, but I also continue to support this Prime Minister because I think he's a good man. He's always been a good man. You know, he's always been trying to do his best. And he has a lot of flaws like all of us have. Perhaps one of it is that he's procrastinating too long, etc., you know, and in my case, it's costing me a fortune. But I cannot complain about the man's character, about him being a good man, suddenly. And there's not that many good men around. You know.
Peter Naigai, it's always nice to see you. And so you have great news for Bahamian women this Saturday. And
I do. I think every woman's going to be wearing my pants. And for every occasion. For every occasion, you know, I think all those casinos could be wearing them, and I think all the nurses could be wearing them institutionally. I think all your staff should be wearing. And once they wear them, they will not feel comfortable with anything else than that. That's how comfortable I am with it. And I am so grateful to Bahamian women. They just love me because of the slims. Now, they may like me a lot otherwise anyway, but they really love me because of the slims. You know, they come in every day and they just want to hug me and say, thank you for providing this product. That's really gratifying.
Thank you so very much for being here today. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching and listening to our program. Good evening, everyone.